So today, we're back in with the amazing Spider-Man taking on Wolverine. Who wins? Well, let's find out. So, Peter Parker was bitten by a radioactive spider that enhanced all his physical attributes tremendously, gave him a nice healing factor, and gave him his spidey sense, along with the abilities to walk on or to crawl up walls and ceilings. His His spidey sense acts as a sixth sense and it lets him know when he's about to get hit, increasing his reaction time tremendously. He's a great fighter too, as Shang-Chi taught him in a unique fighting style that perfectly executes his spider-like abilities called the Way of the Spider. His only weapons that he carries on him is his web shooters. His web shooters are good for transportation, webbing his opponents up, and shooting web-like bullets to daze his opponents. He has a great young mind in the fields of science and engineering as he created those web shooters, and Reed Richards and Tony Stark, two of the smartest men of all of Marvel, couldn't figure out how he did until Peter told them. It's said that he's as fast as machine gun fire as he can dodge point blank machine gun fire very easily, and is also great due to his great agility as he's the most agile character in all of Marvel. Better than Daredevils, Black Widows, Nightcrawlers, all of them. And he is very, very strong. He can easily lift over 10 tons and once even lifted 50 tons while in a very stressful situation. This strength allows him to compete with more stronger foes like Venom, Lizard, and Rhino. And he's also a member of the Avengers. And in the other corner, we have Wolverine. Logan is a mutant who had three retractable bone claws in both hands with an intense healing factor as his regular mutation. After going through the Weapon X program, though, his entire skeleton was encoded with adamantium and his bone claws were replaced with adamantium claws, and they were 1 feet long and cut through anything. He's the best tracker in Marvel as he has enhanced senses. He can see in almost total darkness, and his sense of smell and hearing are better than that than most animals. His healing factor and adamantium skeleton allows him to survive a lot of punishment. He has survived headshots and even the nuke in World War II. He heals from almost any attack almost instantly. He's arguably the best fighter in Marvel, being trained in all forms of armed and unarmed combat, plus years of military training. But he tends to run straight into fights with his claws and animalistic instinct while relying on his healing factor to keep him going, instead of relying on his skill. He has animalistic reflexes. He's strong enough to use trees as baseball bats and hold an elevator with just one hand. He walks around with an extra 100 pounds on him due to his adamantium skeleton, and it doesn't slow him down at all, as he can move just as fast as Captain America could, for example. He's a fantastic strategist and a founding member of the X-Men, as well as the founding member and leader of the X-Force. So, physically, Spider Man takes it overall. He's better in every way except durability, and that's because of Logan's better healing factor and adamantium skeleton, and their reflexes are very close as well. But overall, Spider Man takes it. Fighter, Wolverine. He's the technical better fighter, even though he usually doesn't rely on his fighting skill. He's the better fighter. So Spider-Man, he's physically superior. He has his spidey sense, his web shooters, a nice healing factor, and he can crawl on walls and ceilings. While Wolverine, he's more durable due to his better healing factor and adamantium skeleton. He has his adamantium claws. He's the better fighter. He has animalistic senses and reflexes, and he's more aggressive. So these two know each other and know what the other is bringing to the table. Logan's better skill won't come into play as he usually doesn't use it, as I said, and he won't in this fight either. Spider-Man's better strength and speed will allow him to land more damaging hits, but it's nothing Wolverine can't heal from, as he healed from attacks from like the Hawk. So, don't forget Spider-Man is vulnerable to bladed weapons, and Wolverine's claws will do a lot of damage, like other bladed weapons. But with Peter's Spidey sense, he's gonna dodge most attacks, and if he is hit, as long as he's not like stabbed in a lethal area or decapitated, Spider-Man will heal from it. Spider-Man's web shooters could be helpful, but not helpful in the long run. Uh, so, both men have their advantages and could possibly win and get their own fair share of wins. So, who wins the majority? Well, I believe Wolverine wins the majority. Even though Spider-Man has his spidey sense to dodge most, he just doesn't have a way to consistently put down Wolverine. Wolverine wins the majority. Like and subscribe, all the great stuff. See ya.